Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we've heard a lot lately about the State Department raising the, watch level for crime and travel in places like Nassau, and we hear more and more crime happening in different areas. And I thought, today would be a good day to just go over some things not to do when you're in a cruise port that would attract attention to you and possibly get you into some serious trouble. So the first one I want to talk about is don't make yourself look like a target. And what I mean by that is don't go out and wear a Rolex watch on your shore excursion. Even if you're going out to dinner and things like that, don't also wear really expensive jewelry and just kind of draw attention to yourself. That also goes for people shopping, during a shore trip. And they go into jewelry stores and people can see them in there buying something and they come out with a bag from the jewelry store. That's a perfect target for a snatch and grab from people. And so you're kind of, if you're going to buy something in the jewelry store, try and make it something that you can kind of shove into your pocket or something that people won't actually see you walk out with this jewelry bag, or even worse, a Rolex bag, because chances are you're going to have a hard time getting to the ship in some of these cruise ports. And while I'm talking about going ashore and walking around, try and avoid walking into dark and secluded areas, especially at night, non-major tourist areas of the place. Don't wander off and I'm just going to explore the town and I'm going to see what the real people live like and things like that, especially at night, because sometimes the real people are looking to steal you. Now, most people are great people, right? Absolutely. But there is an element of crime people out there as well. And if you're out there wandering around by yourself and you look kind of out of place, they're going to pay attention to you, and not usually in a good way. So always try and never walk alone. That's hard for me. I'm a solo cruiser and I travel by myself a lot. But when I go on excursions, I stick with the group. I don't wander off by myself. And when I'm in a cruise port, I tend to be in the main destination areas. I don't wander off by myself into some strange areas. Number 3, I see this a lot, even in North American beaches and Canadian beaches here. Well, people go to the beach and then they go, oh, what do I do with my wallet and my passport and stuff like that while I'm going in the water? And they'll secretly hide it really stealthily under their towel or tucked into their sneaker. There. No thief can possibly figure out this, this almost impossible puzzle. Oh, I don't see anything in the shoe. I guess there's nothing in further. I won't even check. Don't leave your valuables. Find a safe. Don't bring valuables. Don't bring a lot of money with you. Have at least one person stay behind to watch your stuff if you're in a group, if you're in a party. Just leaving stuff randomly lying around is an easy way to have just snatch and grab and people walk away with your stuff. Number 4, especially for you ladies out there, really watch it when you're out in places like bars, even well-known public bars. We just did a story about 2 ladies who were assaulted in Ocho Rios. So yeah, watch out for spiked drinks, watch out for over-friendly staff. I reported last year when I went with a bunch of friends of mine, all younger than I am. None of them were older than 35, and we went with like 12 of us. And I really noticed that when we were in the Jamaican resort, all the staff were really over flirtatious with the ladies on there, and I really had to keep an eye on everybody because they kept on, hey, come to the party after work and come over here. We have, we have some marijuana, we have some free stuff, we have, good stuff, lots of drinks, free stuff. and they were very over-friendly to people, and I kept an eye on everybody to keep everybody safe and kept them in the group. But this happens all the time. Keep an eye on your drinks, your food. It can go in anything. It's very easy to spike a drink when you're in a group and partying and not really paying attention. Speaking of over-friendly people, a number of assaults have been happening lately in the Bahamas area with jet skis. And if you'll notice, some places have completely canceled jet ski tours. It's really hard to get a jet ski rental in places like Jamaica and that now because of the amount of crime and things that were going on with these. What they would do is they would, target certain people, usually young women, attractive minors sometimes, and during the excursion, they'd kind of make friends with them when they're stopped and talking and chat them up, and then they would go, you know what, we have, how'd you like to go to this really secluded private beach, great snorkeling that, no one else is there and you're all by yourself. Sounds really great until you get there and then horrible things happen. So always be very cautious of over-friendly locals, especially if you're women and you're traveling by yourselves or even in a small group of 2 or 3. It can turn ugly very, very quickly. Another thing you should avoid is a lot of people will rent a car and drive around for the day, and they'll have the windows open and everything, and they'll have their cell phone in their hand taking pictures out the window. And well, one of the things you really should do is keep those windows and doors locked, because a lot of the places now are targeting people in rental vehicles knowing that they're tourists, because a tourist is an easy target. If you rob a tourist, they're not around tomorrow, especially if you're coming off a cruise ship, to testify or to see you in court or anything like that, claim the items. So a snatch and grab, into the window, grabbing your purse, someone's purse, grabbing someone's cell phone out of their hand and running away, you're not gonna, but if your doors and windows are locked, it makes it a lot harder for them to do it. One of the biggest crimes that happens, of course, is pickpockets. Pickpockets will steal your phone, your wallet, and they're not really looking for anything other than something that they can either hawk for money really quickly or cash. Even your credit cards, most of them will tend to just toss them out. They're looking for quick disposable income. And so the less you have on you, the better off you'll be. But always be aware, especially during festivals and holiday season when crowds are really, really large. That's when the pickpockets come out. It's like basically a big target as people are jostling for position and moving around. You're not noticing the bumps as much as anywhere else. So I don't carry a fanny pack. I keep a wallet around my neck. It's a very thin thing. I keep one credit card in there, and I keep some cash in there, just bills, no change. So it's not bulky. You can't see it underneath my shirt. I don't have a wallet. I don't have any of that. And that way I'm less conspicuous. People can't find anything. Also, when I travel, when I need to have a wallet on me and my passport, I have a pair of pants that they're cargo pants, but they have a zipper on the side. And that way I can zip up my wallet as opposed to just having it in my back pocket. Makes it much harder for a pickpocket to unzip my pant pocket, take something out, and me not notice it, right? As opposed to just something in a loose pocket, your belt, or it makes it, even fanny packs can quickly be cut away, right? Somebody sees it there and they just snatch it, it breaks off and they run. Your chances are you're not going to catch them. They're usually in better shape than we are. So yeah, the more or less conspicuous you can do with your personal belongings and hide your money and not keep them in an obvious place, even pickpockets won't be able to ruin your vacation. Another thing you should avoid, don't go to an ATM. Get your money on the cruise ship. Don't go to an ATM, because as soon as you go to an ATM, everybody looking for money knows you just took some out. And it makes you, sometimes you don't even get within 10 feet of leaving the ATM. Sometimes you're at the ATM and they will rob you right there. It's that bold, because It's just easy to do. Many of the ATMs in some of these foreign countries don't even have cameras there anymore. We're all used to the ones in the United States and Canada and Britain all have cameras. I've been to some in Turks and Caicos and Jamaica. They don't have cameras. So there's nothing to impede a criminal from just walking up and robbing you, and especially at nighttime. Now finally, with violent crimes, including armed robbery and things like that, being more prevalent in some places, there are perfectly safe places out there, and if you take your precautions, chances are you're going to be okay. But if you ever are confronted with an armed robber or anything, somebody with a knife, somebody with a gun, no matter how much you think you can take that person, it's not worth it. It's not worth taking a chance on yourself or your loved one getting injured or somebody else accidentally getting shot. Even if they miss you, they may hit somebody else, right? It's not worth the few dollars you have on you if you follow the advice by not carrying around a lot of cash and a lot of things. Just hand them the wallet. Things can be replaced. People can't. So just cooperate. Don't make any sudden movements. Give them what they want. And the faster it happens, the better it is for everybody. The thief doesn't want this to happen long. He doesn't want this to be drawn out. He's not going to he's not going to double check that you're searching every different thing to make sure he's getting everything from you. If you just take out your wallet and hand it to him and then go like this, 99 times out of 100, they are just taking off. They just want that quick cash. If you put up an argument, put up a fight, that's when bad things happen, and it's just not worth the possible outcome and the consequences, and it's better to lose a few dollars and a credit card that can be replaced than it is to lose yourself or a loved one. Well, I hope you appreciate this little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.